Are we? Did I get it right? Sorry, guys. I started on the wrong thing, but here we go. We are starting now. Hey, Katana123. How are you doing? It's good to see you. You were here last week. So very pleased to see you. Now let's see if we're live. Oh. Yes, we are live. Let me just see if I can hear myself real quick. You were here last week. So very pleased to see you. All right, sweet. We're all good. We're all good to go. Katana, how are you doing? I'm doing great. Let's get this going. Howdy there, true believers. Welcome back to New World Nerds. I'm Superman Nico, and in this video, in this live stream, we talk about Rick and Morty Season 4, Episode 7. This is the recap and review of the episode that just aired right now on Adult Swim. If you are looking for the episode, we are not showing the episode here, but we very much appreciate you stopping by. Watch the episode. Go find it. We had a link last week. It's from Soap Today. I don't know if people found the episode afterwards, so that's really good. But we are not showing the episode here. We appreciate your support either way. If you want to give us a dislike because I can't show, because you're mad at me because Adult Swim won't let me show the episode, hey, to each their own. So Promortyus is, I totally forgot to do something. I should do it right now. But what I want to do, I have some housekeeping to do from last week. For the last week episode, so Season 4, Episode 6, Never Rick and Morty. I just wanted to say that I might have jumped the gun with the S tier, obviously. After rewatching it was super funny. I still agree that it was a funny episode, but I'm not sure if it was I think it was a bit too meta. But, Dan Harmon's Story Circle, I didn't mention that. But I do want to read some of the comments from the last live stream, because that live stream is now the most viewed video in the whole our entirety of existing as a channel. So I don't know if you guys can see this. I hope you can't, but I'm just gonna go ahead. Nope, that's not what I want. I'm just gonna go ahead and tweet out something real quick. Glory to Glorzo. Oh my God, glory to Glorzo. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I have an alert box. It says it's going to alert me when people subscribe, but I don't even know if that's true. Is it true? Who knows? Well, good. If no one's going to show up, guess what? Then I get to go to bed early. It's going to be a good time. There's, you got to look at the bright side. You got to look at those silver linings to things. So let's look at some comments from last week's episode. That way it gives people time to come in with, because there's going to be spoilers, obviously. So let's talk about last week just a little bit, and then we'll go into this week's episode. So spoilers for Season 4, Episode 6 first, and then we'll go into Episode 7. So Clifton Harcum had to say, this episode was strange. I hope the rest of the season has a better storytelling. This entire season has been weird. Not a good season following the last one. I don't know. I'm a fan, though. I appreciate that, because a lot of people would just be like, oh, this sucks, blah, 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 wasting my time and all that stuff. It's just good to know that, yeah, you're still a fan, but what's going on right now? Don't know. I'm kind of feeling that it is a little weird. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the split up in between, or having the season in two parts, or what it is, but it does definitely feel weird. It's just when are we going to get to the Rick and Morty stuff, even this episode, it's just we jump in the middle. Not to spoil anything, but you jump kind of right in the middle of it and you don't really know what's going on. I mean, you find out later, but I don't know. I totally get where Clifton's coming from. Or somebody said that they have it on somebody else's channel. I had a feeling Rick and Morty would do something so off the grid, it doesn't feel like Rick and Morty. But being so meta definitely feels like Rick and Morty, but I feel like trying to be, their brand, they're trying to be so off-brand that they're off-brand too much, it becomes their brand, so it's just on-brand, if that makes any sense. To be honest, this episode to me was the worst episode of the whole season, even worse than the Dragon episode. Oh my God. Kaled, YouTube. Oh, so you have a YouTube channel too, bro. just don't, or comment after the video goes live so I have your information so I can look you up, check you out if you have a YouTube channel, or tell us what you do on your YouTube channel. Also, I guess if you hated the episode, what was your least favorite part of the episode? Was it the face huggers making out? That was pretty weird. Even worse than the dragon episode. The dragon episode, when I first saw it, I was like, ew, this is gross, dude. Like, I don't want to watch this. This is terrible. And then I've watched it since, and I thought it was really funny, actually. I got past the grossness and just thought it was really funny. And the cat part in that dragon episode just probably didn't need it. But yeah, I definitely understand why you would not like this one. It just, I don't know, just seems a little weird. I feel like anytime, and I'm not, some are super funny and everything like that. It's just like every time they put her in, it always seems like they spread themselves too thin. I don't know. So here's another, somebody just put disgusting in last week. I don't know. Maybe they're talking about me. That's okay. We can talk about it. Want to be friends? And then someone called them a bitch. That's not how you make friends, guys. When did episode 6 drop? This was the worst episode of Rick and Morty I've seen. I had to fast forward through parts because of the cringe. That's Stan the Food Man. We appreciate you. I totally get it, because like when I rewatched it, the vignettes were hard to get through, man. I'm just like, not a fan of these vignettes. Like, let's just get to the reveal where we see Rick and Morty and all the craziness ensues. Like, I just watched Never Rick and Morty Again, and I thought the part where they're saved by Jesus Christ is still pretty freaking hilarious. I had a great time with it. I understand if like, oh, did that spoil something? I just kind of think they're gonna do whatever they want. It doesn't mean they can't still get that climactic ending, but it kind of wrote themselves into a corner to try and do better than this layup of like an Avengers Endgame level ending. This episode sucks so bad, I'm starting to think they're intentionally ruining the series. I don't think they're doing that. At least I don't want to think that. Like, is this like their weird side project that like just happened to make money? Like, was Dog World their baby? Like, for Dan Harmon, was Community the one that he really wanted to succeed? Like, do they each have like a magnum opus that they really wanted to succeed, and this was just the side project that they threw out there to make their money? Because like when I'm thinking of it like as a YouTuber, like I'm not on the same level at all as Dan Harmon or anything like that, of course, like not in a million years. But I was just thinking like there are videos that do really well where I'm like, that video did well, but I worked so hard on this video, you know? So like it would be something like, trust me, I love Sonic. Like Sonic's my man. But like a Sonic video would do like 300 views or whatever. And it's just like, but this Avengers review that I worked really hard on will get like 20. And I'm just like, that one? So I don't know if it's something like that. So is this really their baby? I hope Rick and Morty is their baby and not their weird Sonic video. Honestly, alright, let's Sluggy Tinky 21 LOL. Honestly, for me, the season is doing pretty well. Not as great as previous seasons, but at least I find some excitement in the randomness like episode 6. I agree with that. Like, I'm not super critical of Rick and Morty. Like, it's just, I feel like Rick and Morty isn't something that I could create, so who am I to tell them how to play with their toys? You know what I mean? So it's just, I'm trusting the process right now. Like you said, maybe this one's just not as hot. Maybe this one isn't full of bangers. Like, that's okay. Like, you don't always have to come out with those bangers, bro. Like, Rick and Morty season 1 through 3, really not a bad episode in the bunch to me. So there are a couple maybe stinkers in this one. But I think once you get to watch them as a whole, it's really not that bad. But hey, I don't have to defend them, and they don't need me to defend them either. I feel like there's some shots that were taken at the beginning of the episode towards people like me. I didn't get to see that in credits proof. Sorry, I talked about that. Someone saying that they downvoted it, and it's okay, bro. I wish they would have just stuck with Interdimensional Cable. Miss Sid 607. I wish they would have just stuck with Interdimensional Cable. I don't see why they didn't. Didn't really enjoy Mind Blowers and didn't enjoy this. The improvised commercials and shows were more a peek into the writings room and all the fun they have there. So I thought that was a really good comment. And maybe in the episode they say, oh, we don't do sequels and blah, blah, blah. Yes, you do. You did Interdimensional Cable 2. And there is an Interdimensional Cable 3 in the comics, by the way. Non-canonical. Sorry, it's a different dimension, Rick and Morty. But still, I think that's going to be a running gag in the series. Like, this is the second straight episode where they mention Interdimensional Cable. I don't know about the first part of the season 4. They probably did say something about Interdimensional Cable, but they keep on being like, oh, we almost watched it, blah, 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 blah. Like, no, we get it. Just do it or don't. Like, chill out, broski. But yeah, that's one of the things, like in episode 6 and in episode 7, they mentioned Interdimensional Cable. Morty's Mind Blowers wasn't that bad. No, I didn't. I rather enjoyed Morty's Mind Blowers. I thought it was a really good episode, really funny one. Just to see how Morty messes stuff up all the time. So now we're going to jump in to episode 7. We're going to talk spoilers. You guys hit me with your favorite parts of the episode. If you hate it, let me know why you hated it too. And if you feel so kindly, leave a like down below or don't. Do whatever you want. You know, nothing matters. Glory to Glorzo. So Promortyus, we start out with the face huggers. You gotta look at them because they're wet eggs. Why not? So we just by chance catch Rick and Morty as soon as they get their face huggers off. We get a new intro. It's a little new. I don't think it's the same one from part 1, from season 4, part 1. So there's a couple new shots in there. Morty has a P-Hub account. He has a Pornhub account, not a sponsor. Sorry, I never thought of making an account. I guess Morty that's just one of their other ads that they have on there. Glory to Glorzo. That is their alien queen, Glorzo king, however you want to say it. It's bloody PC gone mad, mate. Morty is Napoleon Glorzo, like he's the one trying to get them going. I wanted to say like he's like the Hitler of Glorzo, but nah, sorry, he's Steven. Steven is the face hugger's name. But he's the one trying to conquer Earth and all that. It's kind of reminded me a little bit about Unity, because Unity is also like a hive mind kind of deal. I wonder why there was no mention of her. Facehugger Rick is me on YouTube, like literally right now. We probably have like the same amount of views and stuff like that. Super funny. That he's like just talking smack. He's basically like the Alex Jones of of Glorzo world. We don't know. Wait, where's it going? Oh, and they escape, obviously, Rick and Morty style, shooting up all over the place, and then they kill a couple of guys, and they're like, "Hey, no guilt, just like Star Wars. There's nobody's guilty, just like in Star Wars." So he's like, "Oh," Morty shoots some guys. He's in the gunner seat, like he's in the Millennium Falcon. And then he's like, "Do a yeehaw." Rick tells Morty to do a yeehaw, because that's what they do. Taking shots there at Star Wars. Gotcha, Rick and Morty. But I thought that was really good. And then they go and they fly next to the Twin Towers. And they just look at it and they're like, "Let's just go, not this one. Not this one." So there are still some things Rick and Morty hold sacred, apparently. Even though they've made 9/11 jokes in the past. And then they instead do Pearl Harbor, because I guess that one's not too soon. But 9/11 is. I see that they do a holdo maneuver, speaking of Star Wars. They light speed through a couple of buildings and destroy all the people around them. And then Rick and Morty are at the breakfast table bragging about being totally alien terrorists. And we get our first appearance of Jerry since the break, because this is really our first time we see real life Beth, because we just see Beth and Summer in Morty's story from last episode, but this is the first time we get a peek at real Beth. And Jerry's totally into beekeeping, bro. Like, that's just his dream, and nobody should knock him, and everyone should let Jerry live his best life. Okay? Where's Summer? And then they realize, this is when they dropped the bomb, that Summer was actually with them on this adventure, but they didn't know because they just came to after their face huggers fell off. Super funny. Like, oh my gosh, Summer. So they said in the facehugger stuff like that they never go back to a planet because they just terrorize everybody. And they don't do they say in the episode that they don't do sequels, even though they did a sequel to Interdimensional Cable. Liars, Dan Harmon, you're a big old liar. And then they have their epic suit up sequence because they try to reason with them, but they remember that they are alien terrorists. So yeah, Summer was leading the tree people, dude. Yes, mountain men genetics. Summer was leading the tree people. I think that's a callback to when Morty led the tree people, and they're like, they eat every third baby because they think it gives them a good harvest. And when they're in the teeny-verse, or was it the teeny-verse, the mini-verse, the microverse, the small-y-verse? Yeah, I think that's it. Yes. Epic suit up sequence. They looked like a Voltron character, a miniature like Jaeger from Pacific Rim. Summer is fine, and somehow she's royalty. Record scratch. And for the Facehugger Society, apparently she's the one that made them super industrial and made them stop killing each other when they lay eggs. So good job, Summer. You ruined aliens. Jeez, Summer, you fucking bitch. Summer, you dumb bitch. So I love how they keep just bagging on Summer. It's just like something they've just carried on from like whatever, from Morty's Mind Blowers. They've just carried it on with there, and then like the season premiere of our season 4 premiere, they just were shitting on Summer again because she's just like so jealous of Rick and Morty's dynamic. So you're like, she's all upset, like, you don't know my story. It's like, your story must not have been that bad. It ended in the Cape. So Summer was saved by toothpicks. Toothpicks are her new thing in wrestling. That would be her gimmick, that she has a toothpick. She's regular old Razor Ramon of the Rick and Morty verse. I don't know who here does toothpicks. Like, I don't know, is that a character trait? I've only seen people like Jet from Avatar have stuff in their mouth, or like the guy from Breakfast Club, Judd Nelson. I don't even remember his name in that movie. Glorzo. Glory to Glorzo. I couldn't figure out how to spell it. I kept saying Glorzo or Glorbo. So she really just progresses them. Her and Morty this season have just messed with alien society. If they were Star Trek, they would be the worst, like, Starfleet ever, because they just are always meddling with these alien races that they should not be meddling with. First it was Morty with the space snakes, and then now it was Summer with the facehuggers. Stop. Get some help. Stay on Earth. E-Arth, as it's called. Rick and Morty facehugger makeout ? Yes, that was pretty weird. So somebody mentioned the dragon episode earlier in the stream, and apparently this is the second episode where it gets a little too intimate between Rick and Morty in the season. What is their obsession with that? Do they want to make us feel weird? I guess so. I guess they're into it. Your stupid ship did it. It was your stupid ship. Dude, yes. You're on fire, Mountain Men Genetics. I hope you know that. You're on fire. You should stop, drop, and roll. That's not a good joke. I'm sorry I said it. It's late, dude. It's 11:27. So they covered their butt by saying that Summer filled in the blanks, and of course Summer did, because Summer thinks that they have some weird relationship that she's not a part of. She's just jealous, though. That's how they covered their butt. They're like, oh no, we can't really show that, even though it's not, like, it's okay. Even Rick says, oh, should we be doing this? Sorry, whatever. Bruce facehugger, his name is Bruce. Bruce and Steven, everybody knew that they were a thing. One. I wonder if the girl in the end credits will hook up with Jerry. I think so. I like to think they did. No. Summer's just like, you think? Yes, we get it. We picked up what she's putting down. I don't even remember what her name was, because she was the one that went on a date with her boyfriend one time. And then she was even talking about docking one time. Put a leg down on the video for docking. So gross. But yeah, she's a freak. Her harmonica saved the day. A harmonica saved the day because it makes you apparently poop out an egg. Rick and Morty, man, what are they even talking about? Would probably piss Beth off. Yeah, probably, but she's usually a big old jerk to Jerry, so who cares? Actually, this Beth isn't, because this one's a clone, am I right? Leave a like down below if you think Beth's a clone. Leave a down dislike if you think she's real. By the way, Evil Cat, Tom and Jerry reference? Is that it? I don't think so. I think it's just doesn't make any sense. It kind of reminds me of like The Thing, like, because it does terrible things and it just looks like a cat, but it's not really a cat. Harmonica didn't save the day for Brooklyn. Dude, Mountain Man, this was NBA Jams, you would be on fire. You'd be lit up. You'd be inferno. You just had 3 dunks in a row, bro. Somebody put this man out. So they used the harmonica to make all the face huggers poop out their eggs and die. That's me, dude, with Taco Bell, bro. Boom. Have to poop and I die. It depends on so much. Okay, well, what do you think? AR14237. I feel like a robot. Did you just wake up me? Am I a sleeper agent? Thank you. Thank you for releasing me. There are no strings on me. But seriously, AR14237. Yes or no, Beth a clone right now. Gun to your head. The false poop. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen Sorry to Bother You. It has a bit of a twist ending, and this is kind of like the reverse of that twist. It's like, oh my god, this terrible thing's gonna happen. We're gonna poop out an egg and die. I love how Rick's like, say goodbye to your son. Say goodbye to your son. And then it just turns out they have to poop. And Rick he's just ready to drop trow. Now deactivated. Oh, no. In this episode, yeah. Yeah, what? No, she's a clone in this episode. Whoa. And some episodes she's not a clone? AR14237, you gotta start putting your theory down in the chat. I want to hear it now. Now the world needs to hear it. And I'm going to be upset if you don't tell us. So, did you miss a shot, Mountain Men Genetics? Is that why your on fire NBA Jams is now not working? So, I don't know how them pooping out an egg would be full circle from the pilot, like Rick said. I don't really see that at all. I think that's a load of bull hockey, as a good friend of mine would say. And yes, we already talked about, so time dilation. What? Now we're going Mountain Man smoking, bro. That's what he's doing. He's on time dilation. I don't even know what we're on anymore. But anything outside of the story train isn't canon. All right. Whoa. Did you think about that? Everything outside the story train isn't canon. Whoa. So so none of the rest of the season is canon. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not going to put on my tinfoil hat for that. So have a theory that the reason for our ability to observe time is due to extensive time dilation. Mountain Men Genetics. I didn't know we were going to get into this. I don't even know what it is. The quantum theory on the live stream today. But you did it. You opened up that wormhole. And now I don't know if we can close it. We're going to have to, though. And then we talked about the end credit scene. Summer friend, she a freak. Pretty much in. She just wants that love. You know, what kind of love I'm talking about, Babu. In the episode with the cloning of Beth, Mr. Poopy Butthole picture was on the fridge, and at that point, he was not part of our Rick and Morty. We are orbiting the sun. There's 2 big brain plays going around right now. We're orbiting the sun at 64,000 miles per hour. Doesn't sound like more than unfathomable. It doesn't sound without fathom. But as of this season, he seems to exist alongside our Rick and Morty. Not too sure. I have to watch more to find out. Alright, so now you have to subscribe if you haven't. I feel like you were here last week, though, so you have to give us a follow-up on your theory. You can't just tell us this and leave. And on our own axis at 1,000 miles per hour, not to mention our motion around the Milky Way galaxy. Dude, so we're always moving. So that's why why do we feel time? I don't understand, Mountain Man. Now I need answers. I don't need sleep, I need answers. Lando Cummings, no. No what? No what? No, Beth isn't a clone? So our rate of travel stretches time itself out. What? So wait, why do we... So are we experiencing time a little less? Yes. Did you already watch the episode? Yes, we did. If you can look it up. If you haven't watched it, we're talking spoilers this whole time. Except for Mountain Men Genetics, we are talking about quantum theory. And AR's telling us if you think Beth is a clone or not. So Lando, we have watched the episode already. Tell us what you think about it if you have watched it. If you haven't watched it, try soaptoday.com. That's where everyone's watching it, apparently. But if there may be multiple universes, I was there last week. Whoa. What other universe were you in last week? Or you're saying that Rick and Morty were in the other universe. That's the reason time is observable. Okay. Time's a construct of man, bro. I think Beth is a clone. Lando, welcome to the table, bro. Welcome to the discussion. Pull up a chair. We're talking about this. It's special relativity. E equals mc squared. Sweet. You did it, broski. You figured it out. Mountain Men. So is it just one guy, or why is it men? Because Rick came with an M16 to kill. He thought he was going to kill Jerry, so he says. Sorry, I just got some notifications. People are liking my tweets. You know, I'm kind of a big deal. I'm not at all. Just kidding. Oh, Lando, you're bringing up some good points. I don't know. I think it's Schrodinger's Beth. She is and isn't a clone at the same time. We won't know until we know. Still think it was for Mitty. Mitty? Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm not on the Wi-Fi right now. For Morty. He was going to kill Morty. But where? Or does he? I think it's good content. I mean, Mountain Men, you're just like taking our stream from right here, like low-level YouTube nonsense that isn't super necessary, and then you're bringing it up, bro. You're like this is like New World Nerds, and you're bringing it a little closer to like the Joe Rogan podcast. You're our own Neil deGrasse Tyson, and I thank you. But he had not gone full rogue Morty. Oh, you think it's because maybe he just came to shoot Morty because he stole his portal gun? Also, evil cat, Schrodinger's cat. Dude, Schrodinger's cat was evil. Because it looked like the same cat that, maybe it's just the animation style, but right, it looked like that evil cat looked like all the Schrodinger's cats that were around that in the time episode whenever they stopped time and almost blew up a bunch of times. How are you supposed to fix time if you're standing in it? Stupid. Stupid three-dimensional beings. Yeah, I don't know what else we're going to talk about. You guys keep them coming. We'll stay live, or we can I gotta give my ranking for this episode 7. I don't know, man. It seemed pretty standard stuff. I don't know, probably like a C. I'm not a big fan of when they do movie stuff. It just seems like low-hanging fruit to just do Prometheus, just do face hugger stuff, both alive and dead in the more mythical sense. Yeah, I could see that, because that cat was not of this world. You know, it wasn't a cat, and it definitely had done some stuff. I thought of way I think of it, it was just like something that like takes over the world or whatever and eats like everything, you know, like a venom, like a symbiote, or like the thing in Slither just comes in, just destroys everything, goes to the next planet, something like that, you know, like a thing that just goes and kills everything. That's what I thought of it. I have a new theory. So we all know that there's an evil Rick. What if Beth is a clone and evil Morty finds her and will use her against Rick and good Morty? Bro, you done did it. Like, they go and, like, evil... Yeah, no, I got you. Like, evil Morty finds the real Beth because this Beth is a clone. Like, the Beth that went to go put a saddle on her universe, and they're like, oh, you ain't got shit on us, dog. Like, Rick thinks he's got one over on evil Morty, and it turns out he's holding the real Beth hostage, and then Morty's like, no, she's not a clone. Rick, you said she wasn't a clone, and he's like, I lied, blah, 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 and then, boom, just shoots Beth in the back of the head or something like that. Maybe I just watched Bloodshot. It's a big part of his motivations about, it's not important, but maybe something like it. I like how you said that, Lando. Lando, Mountain Man, AR, you guys are just coming in with straight fire today. Somebody put you guys out, please. It is too much. It is too straight fire. What else? Oh, I got to give my ranks. I say C, because like when they did the Purge one, I thought the Purge episode was above this one. I thought it was funnier, more because I love it when Morty kills the lighthouse keeper and says, do you want me to go back to a week before when you were alive? Super funny. I have to be some kind of mind control or convince her Rick is evil. Oh, I was thinking he just was holding her hostage, broski. We'll be glad to talk more after. After what? What are we talking about? After we get out of the... After we get off this... I love the Purge episode. Is it Purge or Perk? I don't know what video I saw that from. I think it was a College Humor video. It's like, is it Perk? Can we get that? No. But I liked it a lot. I thought it was super funny when Morty just goes crazy. I think it'd be cool to see a hand-inked episode eventually. That would be really cool. I think you're right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we ever will, though. That seems like logistically pretty hard, because like they have all this stuff already done after the They Live thing onto whatever tangents. Okay, cool. I've lost me. I'm sorry. Are you trying to wake up my sleeper agent now? Did I read that? Like Echo, Homecoming, Freight Train, blah blah blah. Now I'm gonna go kill Black Panther's dad or something. I think we're good to go, man. I really appreciate you guys stopping by. Like I said, this episode probably like a C plus, because there were still parts I laughed, like the 9/11 joke made me laugh really hard. Beth is definitely a clone and not a clone at the same time. Schrodinger's Beth. So we're going to come back next week after episode 8. Come back right here at this point. Same time, same channel. And we're going to talk about the next week's episode. What was the website you said watch it on? I haven't seen the latest episode. I'll come back after. Oh, okay. I just heard it was Soap to Go. I'll put it down. I don't know if it's on there yet, but it will be on there at some point today. You know, whether it, or some point soon, who knows when. Soap today. That's where people will watch the last one. So hopefully you can find this one on there too. It might not be on there right now, but it could be on there. Hey, look, somebody has a Rick and Morty post show hangout. It's also going. Cool. Maybe we'll drop in on them. I don't know. I've never done like a bomb like on somebody. You guys, we've never done a raid before. Black Panther had a dad. He sure did, and now he's dead. So we're gonna go ahead and get out of here, broskies. I thank you very much for joining me here. Lando, I hope you find the episode. Guys, hit that notification bell so we can watch, or so you can be here next week. That'd be really cool. Watch our other videos. If you like gaming, we'll be gaming on Wednesday, and a video coming out on Tuesday. What is it? I don't know. Probably talking about Boba Fett and Star Wars Mandalorian Season 2. That's about it. Check you later, broskies. Keep running out there, true believers.